strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song.
Yo, this is why Clef Refuge cries well. Little bass sitting up here on the bass. While I'm on this road, I got my girl L. One time. Hey yo L, you know you got the lyrics.
I heard he sang a good song. I heard he had a style, and so I came to see him and listen for a while. And there he was, this young boy, stranger to my eyes, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with this song, killing me softly with this song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. I felt all flushed with fever, embarrassed by the crowd. I felt he found my letters and read each one out loud. I prayed that he would finish, but he just kept right on, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song.
Take me to the bridge.
Strumming my pain with his fingers. Yes, he was singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his.
I put your picture on my mirror. Start to blush when somebody says your name. In my stomach there's a pain. See you walk in my direction, I go the other way. I start to stutter when I speak. Try to stand but my knees go weak. What's happening to me? In the dark, can you tell me what it means? I lay my head on my pillow. scribble X and O's in my notebook, checking how my hair and my nails look. I feel myself in the zone. I get nervous when you call, so I say I'm not home. I see your face and I hear my favorite song. Should I send an email at home? You're the number one topic on the phone. I wonder if you know, or do you have a clue? Yeah. I lay my head on my pillow. You got me staring out the window. We're showing a star for a sign. What's the reason why? Yeah. You're always hey, sexy boy. You're sexy boy. Hey baby.
your body free. Leave your situations at the door. So when you step inside, jump on the floor. Let's get it crunk up on in this dancery. We got y'all open, now you're floating, so you got to dance for me. Don't need no hateration, holleration in this dancery. Let's get it percolating while you're waiting. So just dance for me. It's only gonna be about a matter of time before you get loose and start to lose your mind. Cop you a drink, go ahead and rock your eyes, 'cause we're celebrating no more drama in our lives. With the great track pumping, everybody's jumping. Go ahead and twist your back and get your body bumping. I told you leave your situations at the door, so grab somebody and get your ass on the dance floor. Let's get it crunk up on that fun up in this dancery. We got y'all open, now you're floating, so you got to dance with me. Don't need no hateration, holleration in this dancery. Let's get it percolating while you're waiting. So just dance for me. Don't need no haters. No, we don't need no. We're just trying to love one another. Love
Good evening. Karibuni sana to Money Mondays with me, Ezekiel Olande. Thank you for tuning in. This is Icon Radio. We are here from 6 all the way to 8 o'clock. And today we are having a very interesting conversation. We're going to be talking about SHA. And SHA is the Social Health Authority. And with me in studio is Julie Mulindi. Julie Mulindi is a managing partner and founder of Julie Mulindi Law Kenya. Julie, please say hi to your viewers today.
Good evening.
Karibu, thank you so much for taking time to join us. Julie has been, or rather is an advocate of the High Court. She has been working for over 10 years in areas of dispute resolution and a couple of other cool law work. And she will tell us a bit about that later. But Julie, I just wanted, for people to get to know you a little bit better, to know who you are, and just to let your hair down and relax. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, just to get to know, who you are a little bit. So, what's the one book or movie that you'd recommend for everyone listening right now?
It's a good one. The movie,
Yep.
and my favorite movie of all time, is Apocalypto. I don't know whether you know about it.
No, I know Apocalypse Now, but that's an
Yes.
old movie, I think.
It's Apocalypto. It's a movie about, what are they called? So, it's a Mel Gibson movie,
Okay.
and the setting is in the ancient tribes that live in, I think, is it South America?
Okay.
And it's before the colonialists, I think Spanish colonialists came.
Yeah.
So it shows a whole civilization,
Yeah.
how they lived, and how they interacted.
Okay.
Family was a key theme, which still resonates with me.
Yeah.
It was violent,
Is this an old
but
movie?
it's tactical. No, the setting is old, but it's not that old. Goodness, maybe it's that old. Maybe 15, 20 years old.
Because the way as you're describing it, I'm thinking it's probably the one that I'm talking about as well. I don't know why I thought it was Apocalypse Now. Maybe it's just
Yeah, Apocalypto.
Okay.
Do you remember it?
I think it sounds vaguely familiar. At least the plot.
And it really is my favorite movie of all time. I'd encourage anyone to watch it. Yes, you'll have to read subtitles, but I think that's the beauty in it, that they were communicating in their own language.
Yeah.
It was highly visual. It was highly tactical. I think characters. There was a lot of plot development.
Yeah.
I just liked it, and it was so surprising because when I was told about it, I was like, I'm not gonna like it, but I actually loved it.
You did.
Strongly recommend that movie.
Good stuff. Good stuff. The next question I want to ask you, and this is a question I ask almost all my guests, if you could have dinner with any historical figure, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Okay, they're not historical, but obviously the Obamas, like both of them. I have read both of their books, and they bring a lot of perspectives into conversations that we should be having right now.
Yeah.
Of course, there are things I can readily appreciate, like being black in America and what that means.
Yeah.
But there are very many themes I identify with them.
Yeah.
So, like working hard, diligence, being patient, being strategic, being intentional. I can relate to that, and also being authentic in your conversations and in your communication.
Yeah.
But also understanding that, and I think it's something about part of our generation.
Yeah.
Is that, well, let me just say, this digital age that sometimes I struggle with. Being authentic in who you are and what you do, I don't think it needs to be constantly on display.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can be true to yourself, but also understanding the context under which you can be true to yourself.
Do not overshare.
Do not overshare.
Woke
Okay,
up
that's
like this.
that's my
eating
view.
this. This is, yeah.
But also being how can I say it? What I eat for lunch, yes, it can be entertainment, and I can take
Photos.
a photo of that,
Yeah.
and maybe it may be authentic to me. That I want to share it to the whole world. But it depends. If you can share lunch, surely I think you can be able to have difficult conversations.
True.
Now that's where the world, I feel, sometimes has difficulty in,
Yeah.
like talking about the very difficult conversations, like the state of our country,
Yeah.
or how are women held in the society, or how are employees, in terms of their rights, how is that
Yeah.
how is that implemented by the government, how is that implemented by employers.
Yeah.
The tougher conversations are usually hard to have,
Yeah.
which sometimes I find baffling. You can share everything, but
Because they're the tougher we are very good at shallow conversation. I normally tell my boys, talk about nonsense, where you just talk football,
just vapid.
and yes, but when you're trying to scratch beneath the surface, it calls you to first have a meeting with yourself and compartmentalize. Like, it just, there's a lot that you need to do, I think, in our heads that keeps us from having such conversations. But yeah. The Obamas, very good answer. Very good answer. Are you more of a morning person or a night owl?
A night owl. A night owl.
You're in good company.
Although my dad used to tell me, he thinks it's, so I told him, Dad, I'm a night owl and all. He told me that's complete hogwash. And if everyone operated that way, they never do anything. He said you need to do things and they need to get done.
True.
So it means that, because I'm a lawyer, I have to be in court by 9.
Yes.
Certainly I have to be in court by 9. But my preference would be to
Night
be in
court.
court. we even had court at 9 p.m. I'm okay with that. So on night owl, but if things need to get done, I will definitely do them.
Get them done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called adulting.
yeah.
There's what you prefer, but then there's what is needed.
What is needed.
And you just have to do it.
Exactly.
Absolutely. If you were not a lawyer, what other career would you see yourself pursuing?
I've really thought about it. Maybe medicine,
Okay.
psychiatry. My dad was a psychiatrist. I used to read his books as entertainment.
Okay.
And that's why I didn't even answer your question on what book would I recommend, because I've read quite widely, and I think everything, even the books which I found an interesting, I found perspective in it. So I would either be a psychiatrist, or if not that, maybe I'd be painting art. Yeah,
Okay.
I usually paint acrylics. I actually have 2 pieces which are in my living room.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Good stuff.
Oh, that's also something you didn't know about me.
No. Like, clearly, that is why we do this segment, so just to get to know a bit about you. Wow, amazing. Last question for this segment. What's one hobby or activity that you wish you had more time for?
My running. I started it recently.
Okay. At least that one I know.
Well, that one you do know. Yes. So I've been building slowly to 5K. I've now gotten to 4K. This was the week I was meant to push myself to 5K. But I knew if I run today morning, I will not make it for this show. Yeah, but I definitely enjoy running and the lessons I'm learning from that. Need to pace yourself.
Yeah.
Also need to remember you have to run at your own pace. And there's a lot of endurance and patience you need to be consistent. So I've only done it now for 5 weeks, but
Kudos to you.
it's been very incredible. So definitely this week I'm pushing myself to 5K.
Okay. I will not tell you I'll join you. I am always running here. Physically, it's another thing. You see, because I played rugby, we did a lot of physical activities, and running was very big. I was in St. Mary's, so would run from the school all the way down to Westlands, back up almost every day during our residential training. After that, I was like, guys, I'm done with it. Yeah. But, even just listening to the lessons that you're getting from learning, because it's a lot of endurance, it's a lot of discipline as well. You have to psych yourself mentally and push yourself constantly. So I think those things can actually even then come into the real life as well, the real world.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Let me just share something.
Go
it's
ahead.
the last 100 meters that kill me.
Because it's mental. It's a mental thing.
Yes. So I found out what I should do, and it's been working.
Yeah.
So when I'm running, of course, I'm looking around. It's also a road you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
But now the last 100 meters, I actually look down.
Yeah.
Because
I'd rather not focusing on the.
Not focusing on the end. I'm just just focus over here right now.
Yeah. The next step.
Yeah, the next step. So I just look down, and then when I look up, I've already reached the end.
Literally that is what Atomic Habits is all about.
Okay.
Just the
very next step.
The small incremental habits that you keep building up, and then it becomes a bigger thing. So look at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would encourage you. Just come. We'll start with a walk, and then I'd encourage you.
Maybe. You're with me, Ezekiel Olande, on Icon Radio. This is Money Mondays, and our guest this evening is Julie Mulindi from Julie Mulindi Law, Kenya, and she is the founder and managing partner. We're talking about SHA. If you have questions, comments, any feedback that you'd like to share with us, please feel free to drop us a line. We are at Icon Radio KE on all socials. You can also get us on WhatsApp. Just let us know, Julie, what's your preferred mode of communication on socials?
You can reach me on JM Law Kenya on LinkedIn.
Yep.
Also on email at office@jmlaw.co.ke.
Good stuff. Coming up, we continue with the conversations on the Social Health Act. No.
Social Health Insurance Act.
There you go. You see, that is why I need help here. But for now, let's enjoy some music, and then we'll come back to continue with this conversation.
A scrub is a guy that thinks he's fly and is also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants and just sits on his broom. So, no, I don't want your number, no. I don't wanna give you mine, and no, I don't wanna meet you nowhere, no. Don't want none of your time, and no, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Checking me, but his game is kinda weak, and I know that he cannot approach me. Cause I'm looking like class and he's looking like trash. Can't get with a deadbeat. So, no, I don't want your number, no. I don't wanna give you mine, and no, I don't wanna meet you nowhere, no. Don't want none of your time. No, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. You don't have a car and you're walking. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. If you live at home with your mama. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. If you have a shorty that you don't show love. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. Wanna get with me with no money? Oh no, I don't want no scrub. No scrub. No, no. No.
class with scrubs, never rising. I don't find it surprising if you don't have the G's to please me and bounce from here to the coast of overseas. So, let me give you something to think about. Inundate your mind with intentions to turn you out. Can't forget to focus on the picture in front of me. View it clear as DVD on digital TV screens. Satisfy my appetite with something spectacular. Check your vernacular, and then I get back to ya with diamond-like precision. Insatiable is what I envision. Can't detect acquisition from your friend's expedition. Mr. Big Willie, if you really wanna know, ask Chili. Could I be a silly? Not really. T-bars and all my senoritas is stepping on your felines, but you don't hit me though.
No, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side.
Been trying to get with this chick for a month now. I need you to do me a favor.
No.
What do you mean no? I ain't even asked you nothing yet, and you're already saying no. Wait till I ask you a question.
All right, ask me.
Got this chick. Been trying to get with her for a month now. Only thing is, though, I think she got something against blacks. You believe that? A Spanish bro with something against blacks. Even after the whole J-Lo and Ja thing, she got something against colors.
No.
Murder, I-N-C.
See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. And though my heart can't take no more, I keep on running back to you. See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you.
What do you do?
And though my heart can't take no more, I
Construction.
keep on running back to you. Baby, I don't know why you're treating me so bad. You said you love me, no one above me, and I was all you had. And all my heart is beating for you, I can't stop crying. I don't know how I allow you to treat me this way, and still I stay. See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. And though my heart can't take no more, I keep on running back to you. See, my days are cold.
Where were you? Where have you been?
Henry, where have you been?
Running back to you. Baby, I don't know why you wanna do me wrong. See, when I'm home, I'm all alone, and you are always gone. Boy, you know I really love you, I can't deny. I can't see how you could bring me to so many tears after all these years. See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. And though my heart can't take no more, I keep on running back to you. See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. Without you, and though my heart can't take no more, I keep on running back to you. I trusted you, I trusted you. So sad, what love will make you do. All the things that we accept be the things that we regret. So all of my ladies, hear me, come on, sing with me. See, when I get the strength to leave, you always tell me that you need me. And I'm weak cause I believe you, and I'm mad because I love you. So I stop and think that maybe you could learn to appreciate me. Then it all remains the same, that you ain't never gonna change, never gonna change, never gonna change. My days are cold, baby, and though my heart can't take no more, I keep on running back to you. See, my days are cold without you, I'm hurting while I'm with you.
You gotta go home. You gotta go home.
No more, no more.
can't really explain it. I'm so into you now. I wanna be more than a friend of you now. When they ask, I mention my baby girl in the interviews now. And I don't bring the problems from the 90s into 2000. There's no reason to have a friend or two now. Cause the kid's ready to tell you how he feel in a few vows. Maybe I speak in general now, but girl, I'ma do whatever just to keep a grin on you now. Where I go, they wear bikinis in the winter too now. What you think about tan lines on the skin of you now? Why wouldn't I wanna spend a few thou on Fifth Ave shopping sprees and them dinners to chow? I ain't concerned what other men would do now, as long as when I slide up in you, you growl. And any dude with you, he better be a kin of you now. And I ain't jealous, it's the principle now. I'm so into you. The flashing, I would've traded it all in orderly fashion. A villa in Florida, we crashing just off the shore, so you can hear when the water be splashing. The drop top 3 in a quarter, we dashing. The flawless diamonds in the border, we flashing. The money we oughta be stashing. I make sure every quarter be cashing. I can't really explain. My friends be thinking I'm slipping, these girls be thinking I'm tripping. What kind of weed you be smoking? What type of drinks you be sipping? Sweet thing, just to think of you dipping. What had me with the blues so hard, you would think I was crippin'. Now you relaxing in the bins, credit cards with no limits, so you don't worry about maxing when you spend. But since you been asking about the friends, how'd you like it if both our names had Jackson on the ends? Girl, the way you cook a steak remind me of them strips and roof crisps. You love my smile, no matter how chipped my tooth is. With you, it ain't because my whips is ruthless. So sit on chrome, dipped up deuces. And you ain't flattered by Canary and VS dip, taste souses. Cover ballers look dumb when they press you. 5s and 6s, you don't let them kind of numbers impress you. Even though I was somewhat successful, me and a player was becoming too stressful. But ever since the superwoman has come to my rescue, my winter's been wonderful, my summer's been special. Let's fly the same bark while the villa be painted, just so we can get really acquainted. The love is real, there's no way it can feel like it's tainted, but I can't really explain it. Yeah.
You again. Remember when he told you he was about to Benjamins? You act like you ain't him, they give him a little trim to begin. Now you think you really gon' pretend like you wasn't down and you called him again. Plus when you give it up so easy, you ain't even fooling him. If you did it then you probably can. Talking out your neck saying you're a Christian, a Muslim, sleeping with the gin. Now that was the sin that did Jezebel in. Who you gon' tell when the repercussions spin? Showing off your ass cause you thinking it's a trend, girlfriend. Let me break it down for you again. You know I only say it cause I'm truly genuine. Don't be a hard rock when you really are a gem, baby girl. Respect is just the minimum. Nigga, you still defending them now. Lauren is only human. Don't think I haven't been through the same predicament. Let it sit inside your head like a million million women in Philly pen. It's silly when girls sell their souls because it's sin. Look at where you be in. Hair weaves like Europeans. Fake nails done by Koreans. Come again. Yeah. A win-win. Come again. A win-win. Come again. My friend, come again. Yeah. Guys, you know you better watch out. Some girls are only about that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. The second verse is dedicated to the man more concerned with his rims and his Timbs and his women. Him and his man come in the club like hooligans. Don't care who they your fan, Papa Yang. You got Let's not pretend. The one that pack pissed out by the waist, man, crissed out by the casement. Still the name of this basement. The pretty face man claiming that they did a bid, man. Need to take care of their 3 and 4 kids. Been the face in court case when the child support's late. Money taking, heartbreaking. Now you wonder why women hate men. The sneaky silent man, the punk domestic violence man, the quick to shove us and them stop acting like boys and be men. How you gon' win when you ain't right within? How you gon' win when you ain't right within? How you gon' win when you ain't right within? Come again. Yo, come again. The red drink, come again. And 6 drink, come again. Girls, you know you better watch out. Some guys are only about that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. Guys, you know you better watch out. 'Cause some girls are only about that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. Some guys are only not ready. Watch out. Some girls are only about. We taking it back, yo.
Welcome back to Icon Radio. This is Mondays with me, Ezekiel Olande, and my wonderful guest, Julie Mulindi from JM Law Kenya. Thank you so much for taking time to be here with us as we talk about the SHIF or SHA or... So let me ask you, just which is it? You know, we used to have NHIF, and then now we have SHIF. So, and then there's SHA. So there's a Social Health Authority, right? And then there's SHIF. So SHIF is what NHIF was before, is that correct? Or is it SHA?
Okay, let me debunk those for you.
Yes, please.
So the operating legislation is the Social Health Insurance Act.
Okay, that's SHIA.
SHIA.
Okay.
Right? And SHIA is what replaced the National Health Insurance Fund Act.
Okay.
Right?
Mm.
Now, under SHIA, we have various funds.
Yeah.
So you have the Social Health Insurance Fund, the Primary Healthcare Fund,
Okay.
and the Emergency and Chronic Illnesses Fund.
Okay.
So one of the funds is SHIF.
SHIF.
Now the authority, which or the government agency, which is going to oversee the operations and the implementation of the Social Health Insurance Act is the Social Health Authority, SHA.
Okay.
But maybe what you can say, Ezekiel, is please don't beat up yourself for not knowing it. One thing I must say, and I think I'll say continuously on this show, is that the implementation of the act, helping people understand it, it's not been done properly.
Yeah.
And those are some of the concerns which have been raised in court.
Yeah.
Considering the wide ramifications the act has.
Exactly.
In that it affects so many stakeholders.
And lives,
and
literally.
Lives.
Yeah.
I think they should have been intentional about it. I don't know what informed the thinking on rushing it, because universal healthcare is not something you can do easily.
Yeah.
You really need to take time.
Exactly.
To get it right.
So, just picking from that, the level of let me just say confusion, because I know most of you who are watching or listening in are also just as confused as I am. Thankfully, we have Julie to help us here. Again, there is the Act, which replaced the NHIF Act, which is the SHA. Okay.
Yes.
Then within SHA, now there are different, should I say, funds. So there's SHIF, the SHIF, which is what we probably would closely relate to NHIF. And then there is it or not? Okay.
I'll debunk that.
By the way, we might end up just staying here on definitions. If anyone from SHA is watching, please, you need to send us some M-Pesa just for trying to do kazi yenye mnafaa kuwa mmefanya, communication. I know there's a chronic illness fund. Is it a fund?
Yes, emergency and chronic illness fund.
That one, at least, I can wrap my mind around it.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So there's SHIF, there's chronic emergency and chronic medical relief fund, and then the third one is
there's a primary care health fund.
Okay.
Maybe something I should add is that SHA was not passed in isolation.
Okay.
It was also passed with other acts, and all of this is aimed at improving access to healthcare, which is a constitutional right.
Yeah.
And
it's also an SDG.
Yes. Yes. So there's the Primary Healthcare Act.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that act is meant to operate with SHA.
Okay.
And that's also meant to operate with the Digital Health Act.
Yeah.
So all of those three laws are actually what is the subject of litigation in court. But the rationale was to improve access to various levels of healthcare.
Okay.
Now, with NHIF, you can recall, maybe you can just start right now, because I'll have, as I explain those funds, I have to explain the limitations of the NHIF Act.
Okay.
So NHIF Act is a 1967 Act.
Okay.
And it's an act which focused mainly on employees.
Yes.
So you deducted a certain amount to the fund as an employee.
Yes.
And
later the employer
on,
was supposed to match.
Yes, and the employer was meant to match.
Yeah.
Now, with that, they later on included a small fee, nominal fee, for those people who are either self-employed or those people who are not employed but want to access the fund.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's now where the contribution for 500 bob per month came from.
Yeah.
But now, what SHA intends to do, probably it's not been the neatest way of starting.
Okay.
But what it intends to do is to bring everyone to the fold.
Hence universal healthcare.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not only people who are employed, but it's and not only self-employed people, but it's also those people who have no source of gainful income.
Okay.
So the intention of the act is even to include, let's say, marginalized communities.
Okay.
So if there are people who are in some remote village, Mandera or Nyamira or Kwale or anywhere else in this country, they would be able to access healthcare.
Okay.
Now, how do you improve that access to healthcare? Is by categorizing different levels of healthcare, which
Yeah.
we already do. So you have your primary healthcare,
Okay.
which you can access from the intention is that you can access it from a dispensary.
Yeah.
You can access it from a pharmacy, because we already do that.
Yes, yeah, we do that.
Actually,
Yeah.
a lot of people
Don't
access
go. Yes,
healthcare
exactly.
through that. And what it means is that instead of having people go to Kenyatta, which is a referral hospital,
level 7,
yeah,
is
I
it?
think, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, level 5 or 6.
No, I think it's the highest.
It's the highest.
I think. Yeah.
For a common cold,
Yes,
you have
yes,
them
yes.
going to.
So that we also release
Ease the stress.
Yes, the system.
Exactly.
Yeah, for the really needed
Exactly.
cases to get there.
So level 1, 2, 3, which can be routine outpatient services,
Yeah.
routine maternity. All of that is meant to be catered by level 1, 2, 3
Yeah.
medical facilities,
And this is now covered by the primary
healthcare fund.
healthcare fund.
And then
Okay.
social health insurance is a bit specialized services.
Okay.
So level 4, 5, 6 facilities.
Yeah.
And then now emergency and chronic. Now that's very specialized medicine. So we're
Yeah.
talking of cancer, diabetes, or someone who just got into a road accident and they require emergent healthcare.
Yeah.
That's now where we're looking at the emergency chronic and
yeah.
illness fund. And if you can see NHIF, it was not that comprehensive.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
for most people, especially in the private sector, is that they paid for your bed.
Yeah.
And then other than that, in terms of outpatient services, you didn't have access unless you are a civil servant.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then in terms of emergency, it only focused maybe on chronic illness. So you've had the people who are on dialysis.
Yes.
I know for a fact my father, who had cancer, was covered by NHIF.
Yeah.
And that was across the board. But see, if you take care, and healthcare is something that's progressive and it's also expensive.
Yes.
See, if we start very well, making sure we are managing your healthcare from if I can say a lower level,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
looking about basic healthcare.
Yes.
If we're taking care of that, we're telling you, all right, probably your grandmother or your grandfather had diabetes, so
Yeah.
you are at high risk of getting diabetes. So Ezekiel, what we want you to do is start a good lifestyle.
Yes.
So
yes.
watch what you
yeah,
eat.
Exactly.
Make sure you exercise and all of that. It costs less to the system
Yes.
than rather us treating you for
Yeah.
diabetes.
So preventative, not curative.
not curative.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have to consider that's the intention of what SHIA plans to do.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. I hope you guys are taking notes. Literally, you have to take notes so that you're able to to understand this. But Julie, thank you so much for taking just time to debunk this. And if you have questions, please let us know so that we can be able to have Julie address them. So I think you've already answered some of the questions that I wanted to ask. So in terms of benefits, okay, what are the new benefits that now we're getting from Nayad? It's SHA. SHA is the act.
Yeah, just say SHA.
SHA.
Or just say the act.
Or
Yeah.
yes, from the act. What are
Okay.
the benefits that you can get from the act, as that are now making it better than NHIF?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have the government, I think just recently released the various tariffs for the various services that they would offer.
Okay.
And I think and I can share it with you so you can share with the audience much later.
Yeah.
If you look at it, you may find it laughable.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I thought that
the amounts
Yes.
compared to whatever you'll be contributing
Yeah.
are disproportionate.
You know, even before you get to that, because I think they started, the first deductions were done on September's payroll. Is it? No, October's payroll.
It's actually going to be.
So there are people who have already been like
There are
bankers
people
you know, sisi ni watu wa jua kali. The bankers, a number of people have already the payroll has already been run. And the one complaint, I met a couple of guys yesterday, and they were very pissed off at the amount of money that they've lost to this.
Let me not say they have lost.
That
they have remitted.
That they have remitted, whether they wanted to or not, that's another question. So, yeah, let's do the cost and the cost to the employee versus yes, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe let's talk about that before we talk about the tariffs. So, the rate of SHA and the rate which is going to be the rate which is being applied under the Act and the rules is 2.75%, which is significant.
Of your gross salary.
Of your gross, not your gross salary, your gross income. And so there are two sections. There's the first section for salaried employees, and what the Act talks of salaried employees and then household incomes.
Okay.
So it's going to be 2.75% of your gross salary, and then for non-salaried people, it's going to be 2.75% of
your
that household income.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's a significant amount.
It is.
It's a significant amount. And the reality is that most people are going to pay more under NHIF, SHIF. Under SHIA, then the NHIF Act. Why am I saying this? One is that NHIF was capped.
Okay.
So I think the most was 1,700. And the least amount was 500.
Yeah.
And the Act, it's uncapped. So if you're earning 1 million,
yes,
you're paying 27,500.
Yeah.
If you're earning 100,000, you're paying 2,750.
Yeah.
Which is a significant amount.
Yes.
And you need to consider this as against medical health insurance and whether you're getting comparable benefits. So if for an insurance where you're paying, let's say, 27,500 per month, that would translate to about 350, give or take. My math is not good.
It's okay.
Give or
I capped it at 10 months. Then so 270 plus another 54,000.
It's about 324. Give
that's
or
a lot of money.
Yeah. So if you have that, paying as premium,
the benefits
in Kenya,
would
you're looking at international covers like Bupa and the likes. But the question is, are you going to get the same benefits for paying that amount of money?
Precisely.
No. I can say it. I can say it. No, you're not. But also you need to remember this is meant to be in this universal healthcare coverage, and those with the most are going to support this process.
Yes.
And I don't think it's very unique in Kenya. We do have universal healthcare in other places in the world. And it is the most that have that benefit, but also the government has to supplement it to those efforts. Next question would be, if you have private medical insurance,
exactly,
can you opt out? No.
So you don't have a choice.
Exactly, because it's an act. It's a law. It's the same law like any other law. You're obligated to comply. And if you do not, there are penal consequences.
Okay.
So failure to remit, you can pay a fine up to 4 million Kenya shillings.
Wow.
You can also be imprisoned. I think it was a year in some instances, because the Act creates various offenses for failing to remit, failing to register, the general penalties. So you can also serve time if you're not careful. So it's not, and I've seen most Kenyans are treating it like a request. It's not a request anymore. It is a law, and everyone must comply.
Here's the thing. I think generally, and this I'm veering into politics a little bit here. Generally, people are wary or suspicious of the government. All right, but you see, as we're starting this conversation, you were saying the way the communication arm of this act has been really poor. So I think also, and again back to Nyinyi watu wa serikali. In fact, as I was coming down, I obviously passed through community, so I saw the former NHIF building now rebranded nicely. It's SHA, right? Yes, rebranded SHA. I think the first step to alleviate the suspicions and everything is to communicate just as much as you possibly can, so that people wrap their minds around this. You see, like what you're saying about penalties and whatnot. See, NHIF, yeah, you would pay, you would not pay, you'd only know, like, when you need it, that is when you consider, you're like, oh, how many months am I behind, what are the penalties? But the penalties were just financial. Was it?
No,
okay.
we also had
as a layman, as a layperson.
we also had criminal penalties, but it's important for me to say it. And generally with most government authorities, what they want is compliance. I don't think I don't believe most of these agencies wake up and just decide we're going to arrest these people, because it's still going to be a strain on public resources. And
it's also counterproductive, because if I'm in jail, then I'm not paying.
You're not going to
I don't
pay,
have.
obvious.
Yes, yeah.
But it's important for you to know the penal consequences. Because nothing is guaranteed. They may tell you, what they really want is compliance. But you don't want them to make an example of you. Yes. Yeah, so that there's compliance. And also considering how medical facilities have I don't want to say take a knee, but how they are viewing SHIA, considering the liabilities under NHIA. So is it a risk? As your lawyer, I should tell you yes. Is it high risk? It's minimal, but I would strongly recommend compliance with the law.
Okay. You've heard it here from, and she said my lawyer. You heard it. You've heard from my lawyer, and she has strongly encouraged you to comply to the law, so that you're just on the right side of things. But yes, we still have so much to cover. We'll also look at some of the things that have been making headline news recently with regards to the new act. I'll just call it that because there's so many SH that are in my head that keep confusing. But SHA, now the thing. But right after this, we want to listen to some music, and then we'll be back. My guest is Julie Mulindi, who's an advocate of the High Court and founder and managing partner of Julie Mulindi Law Kenya.
baby. Oh, you want this? Does it
Yeah,
say
but
I'm
we're-
late?
I'm
No,
not
no,
late.
no. Little bit late.
I'm not
late. Never on time is what you are. On time ain't something different. You feel what I mean? There's something over there that you know about?
Do 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 do.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm going.
You going to lunch?
Yeah.
You'll never see this again.
Yeah. Tell me, fellas, have you seen her? It was about 5 minutes ago when I seen the hottest chick that a youngin' never seen before. I say, yo, tell the girls I wanna meet her. On second thought, that ain't the way to go. I gotta give her game proper, spit it so she get it. There she is, I gotta stop her. Or should I talk about a smile? Or what about a style? I'm out of time, she's out the door, I gotta go for mine. I think I'll say, yo.
I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss.
Oh yeah. And I gotta admit that you got my attention. You're making me want to say oh.
I know you're tryna leave, but excuse me, miss. I saved the last dance for you.
How I love to keep you here with me, yo baby. Now so they grab hold of my hand and let's pretend the flow is ours. You say you don't really dance. Don't worry about it, we just 1-2 step. 1-2 step. Now if the music is moving too fast, grab my hand a little tighter. Don't be afraid to move a little closer. Girl, there's something about you that makes me wanna say oh.
I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss.
Ooh. And I gotta admit that you got my attention. You're making me wanna say oh.
I know you're tryna leave, but excuse me, miss. I saved the last dance for you.
How I love to keep you here with me, yo baby. I think I'll say yeah.
I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss.
I saw you from across the room, and I gotta admit that you got my attention. You're making me wanna say yeah.
I know you're tryna leave, but excuse me, miss. I saved the last dance for you.
How I love to keep you here with me, yo baby. I wanna be where you are. Ain't nothing wrong with dancing. Baby, you're so romantic. Baby, I can be in your heart. So many things I wanna tell you. I think that I should start by saying, yeah.
I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss.
Oh yeah. I gotta give her game proper, spit it so she get it. There she is, I gotta stop her. Oh
I know
yeah.
you're tryna leave, but excuse me, miss. I saved the last dance for you.
How I love to keep you here with me, yo baby.
Everybody just clap your hands like this. Just clap your hands like this. And if your shorty's in the house tonight, just grab her by the hand, homie, make her understand. Y'all was made to dance like this. Y'all was made to bounce like this. Just let her know she was made for you, and you wanna do everything she want to, man.
Young boy just turned 16 and I got 6 foes and hot bikes that I rock. Keep 3 or 4 sweeties on my clock, but all that's ringing in that bikini just might convince me. Slow all the traffic down to a complete stop. Cause you speak in that slang that I talk. That sassy tempo with that walk. Maybe the reason that all these teenies may never see me.
Mama, you may be 3 years older, but you hot.
Give me that.
You be talking like you like what I got.
Give me that.
I know you like it how I lean in the lack.
You could be in the back saying, gimme, gimme, gimme.
Mama, you may be 3 years older, but you hot.
Give me that.
You be talking like you like what I got.
Give me that.
I know you like it how I lean in the lack.
You could be in the back saying, gimme, gimme, gimme.
You know what? You don't know how to talk to people, man. Not people, me. You don't know how to talk to me sometimes.
Now, what did I say?
It's the way you say stuff.
What did I say?
Oh, God. The part about listening to you, trusting you, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Welcome back to Icon Radio. We are talking about the Social Health Insurance Act. I got it. Yes. Yes. With my good friend Julie Mulindi, who's a founder and managing partner at Julie Mulindi Law Kenya. Make sure you check her out on LinkedIn. What's your LinkedIn page again, Julie?
You can find me on JM Law Kenya.
Okay.
And if you want to interact on email, office at jmlaw.co.ke.
All right. If you have any questions beyond this, because I know for sure you will have questions. But so Julie, we were just talking about the costs and the benefits. But before that, you had started talking about the tariffs for SHA.
Yeah.
Or SHIF. Anyway, guys, please just forgive me mkiona na changanyikiwa kidogo hapa. It is because people have not communicated properly. Please take us through the tariffs as well for this act.
All right.
Yeah.
So it'll be very brief.
Yeah.
Because I'll share it with you. I think it's a document which is, I think, over 40 pages. Is it 30 or 40 pages?
Okay.
Highlighting the various offerings.
Okay.
From outpatient services, services that are inpatient. I think I even saw surgeries, treatment of chronic illnesses, cancer, various kinds of cancers.
Okay.
Screening of some of the services. So it really is. It's like if you do have private medical insurance, when they tell you this is what we cover, from all the way from optical to dental to inpatient to outpatient, that's what the tariffs provide with price lists against them. Now I'll say this about SHIF for routine, outpatient and other services like maternity and all. It's not the most attractive offering.
Okay.
But for emergency chronic illness, it may be attractive.
Okay.
And why am I saying this? Up and until recently, even private medical insurance were not providing, if I can say, let me contextualize it, and I'll use a personal story.
Right.
So when my father was under medical health insurance, private medical health insurance, and you know the way your relatives are brokers, right? So he had been diagnosed with cancer.
Okay.
So he moved from his existing medical insurance scheme to the new one.
Okay.
Now, as luck has it, I think we paid, and the payment for his premium was quite steep. First of all, he already had an existing
pre-existing condition. Don't I know it?
Yeah. And then after that, he was older, so I think he was above 65.
Okay.
And if you check your private medical health, medical insurance, how much a 20-year-old pays and how much a 60-year-old pays, it's not the same.
And then also they cap it at a certain age where they can take in.
You can even access. So, and of course, from a commercial standpoint, it's the oldest people who get sick the most.
Yes.
That's the
so
highest
they're
risk.
high risk clients.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I remember we'd gone for a scan, and after the scan, we were told like go to hospital immediately, which we did. Now, of course, I'm handling the paperwork while he's getting some treatment, which was urgent. Like he really needs that treatment urgently. And when we present the healthcare, the medical card, we are called later. Well, not we, rather I was called later. I was told he can access treatment for this, and I said, "What do you mean?" Like we paid insurance.
Yes, and hefty premiums at that.
So we are told actually there's a 3-year waiting period.
Yes.
And I said fine, because now we are thinking, okay, let's be forward facing.
Yes.
For now, how much do you need? He needs to be admitted. It's this amount of money. I'll say, I mean, we're not people who don't have means, but we're not liquid enough for that kind of money at that time.
Yeah, because in private facilities,
private
the
facilities,
deposit they ask it's ridiculous.
You get 300, 400k. It's Saturday, 4 p.m. I think, in fact, it was Saturday, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
We can't access
Where you
banks
get
at
that
that
money
time.
from?
Yeah. And it's just me and my dad, and I think I was in my second year, working. I don't walk around with this money. And we had his card, but he can't access his card.
Yeah.
So you have your 3-year waiting period.
Yeah.
And then that capped the amount for his treatment.
Right.
So I think we were paying up to 150, I think, per year.
Yeah.
And that capped his payment to 300. So just do the math over here.
Yeah.
You are waiting 3 years to access.
Yes.
But during those 3 years you've paid,
you're still doing
150,
so
150,
that's
150. So 450. But how much are you accessing by the third year?
Yeah.
300.
Yeah.
Make it okay.
Insurance people, make it make sense. And I know because I have a number of friends who are actuaries, and they'll tell me, "Oh, it's but what you're saying." But you know, for you, when it's a matter
as a consumer,
yes, you really don't care about those things. I want the service that I have been paying for.
And I'll say this: this was in 2018. Maybe the insurance offering has changed. Maybe it's more attractive to other people. What I understand is. And what we learned is when you're on one medical insurance scheme, don't switch. Don't switch.
Yes, because then now you lose.
Yeah, you lose the existing benefits. But that was something I think we were very naive about. But what I'm trying to contextualize this is accessing healthcare for chronic illness is very expensive. So you have to have means. But the reality is that many of us suffer from chronic illnesses, and the only person who can take that hit in terms of your treatment is the government. So NHIF was extremely helpful to us during that period because essentially we were left without any cover, and it didn't make commercial sense to take out another cover. And the good thing is I mean, I think my dad accessed treatment up until he passed away from NHIF. And there was a time they said his limit would get exhausted, but they said there's no problem because your mom has listed him as a beneficiary.
Oh, so then now she can
access
from as a beneficiary.
As a beneficiary. And I mean, of all the things I'm grateful from I can say our government is the fact that my father was able to access NHIF treatment. And I just want to now contextualize it to how many people can access private medical insurance. The benefits that this act promises is that a wider number of people will be able to access the services, and the attractive part would be for emergency and chronic
illnesses.
How that will be implemented, whether Kenyans will see that, whether it will be progressive, I don't know at this point. But if they implement the act the right way, it can be transformative to our healthcare system.
Wow. First, thank you for sharing your personal story, because then it really brings into context just the importance of having a properly working universal healthcare system in any jurisdiction, and just how, when managed well, you're then able to access good cover. Because like you're saying, when it comes to the chronic diseases, the private insurance companies will shy away from them simply because it is expensive, and because it's chronic, it is just that, you don't have a choice, but you have to keep, it's not mimi niko na homa or something, then I go and then I'm left. No, it is something that you, and I think it also, now I don't know if that then, because in my mind I'm thinking about congenital issues as well, all these things, then implemented well. Dear Republic of Kenya, Ministry of Health, CEO of SHA, we are counting on you to do this right, because a number of, no, not a number, the country really
all Kenyans
does depend, like a healthy
Kenyans.
nation is, I don't know how that the adage goes, but it's a wealthy nation actually. So
Exactly.
if we get this right, then we get it right. But if we don't, and we have seen, and this is why I wanted us to segue into what was happening in the news recently. We saw this old man who was unable to access dialysis services, and we have heard of stories both confirmed and unconfirmed where a number of dialysis patients have lost their lives as a result of lack of access. And I remember the I don't know if it's still the interim CEO, the current or the now substantive CEO, saying, send us his details. But I'm like, not everyone is able to put their story online for Citizen or whoever news to pick it up and post it online. So there are so many people who unfortunately have been affected during this transition period. And maybe just to, this might be outside your scope, but maybe just, was it possible during the transition to have NHIF running as they get, because clearly anyone, so if I put on my IT hat, when you're doing a changeover in a system, you do not cut off immediately. You start the new system as the old system is still running. Do tests, you have your beta phase, do all the manner of tests that you need until you're certain that this new system is 100% working. You've gotten rid of all the kinks, then you switch it off. Okay. But was it possible that these two could have run concurrently for some time, in your opinion?
All right. From a legal perspective, no.
Okay.
It's because but it's also how it was framed. The National Health Insurance Fund Act was repealed by the Social Health Insurance Act. The effect of that is that the National Health Insurance Fund Act ceases to exist. It ceases to be operational.
Oh, that's what repealing means.
Yes.
Okay.
It ceases. It has no force in law.
Okay.
Yeah. Now there are transitional provisions which provided that upon the act coming into place, the act SHA, the authority is going to acquire all the assets for NHIF and also all the liabilities. Now here's where the problem comes in. In terms of the liabilities that NHIF has incurred, these have been very problematic to deal with.
Okay.
And why? Number one, there have been very many fictitious claims.
Right.
Yes. So people claiming to have received treatment while there's no treatment.
Yeah.
Well, let me not say people, some facilities. Now, because of those elements of fraud, for a while, NHIF stopped reimbursing
facilities
for services
provided,
or stopped paying
the
either
claims.
refunding or paying claims.
Yeah.
Now it had become an audit nightmare, and what ended up is that many facilities are exposed by the number of claims that they have. Right. But there are also very huge liabilities. Now there's been a reluctance from facilities to sign up with the Social Health Authority to continue providing the services on behalf of their members. It's because of the fundamental mistrust.
Yeah.
Again, you need to remember that in terms of governance issues and governance cases, even just right now, if you write NHIF scandal 2023, like if you type it out and you search, you get a story for this year. You may get a story for last year. In fact, while I had started training on this, I wanted to check how frequent have they been, and at some point I decided I think it's not going to benefit the audience knowing how many scandals there have been.
Yes,
right. But there have been very many scandals of misappropriation, of missing funds, running into millions, hundreds of millions, and billions of Kenya shillings. So NHIF did have a governance issue, and in a culture, because Kenya is a culture of low trust. Most of us don't trust each other. So in a culture where there's low trust, it was imperative, I feel, for the government to run campaigns on why this is important, explain to people why this is important to them, what we're trying to do, what we're trying to achieve. I think, as I agree with you in terms of IT, it had to be phased.
Yes.
Yeah. And transitional periods can even take 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Considering that this was an act which was passed in 67, you can't just stop
up
things,
and exactly.
overnight.
Yeah.
So I feel in terms of implementation, it should have been phased a bit well.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily criticizing this government. I'm just saying, given the magnitude of this act and the intention of where this act is going, things I'm trying to appreciate what the reasoning could have been in rushing it. And it's precisely because of that rushing and the poor public participation, the poor communication, that there is so much resistance, not only from facility providers, but even from
the doctors themselves.
The people who would benefit from this healthcare. There's been absolutely no buy-in. In fact, even when you try and encourage people to register, just like, or I mean, short of like they can cut it from my salary, but I'm not going to contribute any more beyond this. And I appreciate where they're coming from. Because, as I say, poor communication, no buying.
Just picking from there, looking at a story online that was on the Daily Nation and a number of other outlets as well, and this is from, so the headline is Coast medics demand immediate halt of troubled shift, term the scheme as a failure. And there's one that are actually calling it a white elephant. And just reading something here, they're saying they've called out for the immediate halt of the newly launched public health insurance scheme, arguing that it has failed to deliver on its promises, leaving both medical professionals and patients in challenging circumstances. They contend that the contracted healthcare providers have largely declined to implement SHIF, forcing patients to pay out of pocket for what was supposed to be already covered. I think, again, just literally, I know we're preaching to the choir at this point, but the lack of trust that is there, as for us as a country, and what we see a lot. We've been told that there's a culture of corruption in this country. So when you then rush something of this magnitude and pass it, and without really telling people, then obviously our antennas are going to rise even higher to now what you're saying, where people are like, you know what, ni sawa unaweza kata, but me, I'm not registering, And allow me to just now actually segue into something else. We all, or at least a number of us, received texts, from SHA. That now this one is SHA, right? telling me that your details have been successfully migrated, to this system, and then it tells me, there's a procedure to now go and verify. Was this from a legal standpoint? Because I know this is something that people have asked. Was this a legal move, or what? How did that happen?
Okay. Now we had the Social Health Insurance Act.
Yes.
Then we had the Social Health Insurance Regulations of 2023.
Okay.
And then was it 2023 or 2024? I myself, I'm having a hard time remembering.
Yes.
But now recently, was it? It was last month or the month before. We got the Social Health Insurance Amendment Regulations of 2024.
So hold on, before we're already amending.
We are amending the regulations.
Okay.
Okay. But it's bad. I also want you to be able to understand how things are moving forward. So in terms of the public participation of the Act, in my view, and having read the decision of the High Court, it was bad, right? There were notices which were, the notices you get in the newspaper. So if you want to submit any comments, they would do it on Thursday. They'd issue the circular on the advertisement on Thursday, but you had to make comments by Monday.
Not enough.
And this is what I'm trying to say. Magnitude of this act. Because you need your healthcare profession, your healthcare facilities on board. You need your medical professions on board. You need, just the general population. So when you're giving essentially what's one working day to respond,
exactly,
there's absolutely no.
When are you going to bring court to FKE
and everyone who needs to have a conversation on this? You can't. Even most people didn't see it. Even I didn't see it.
I'm hearing it now.
Exactly.
Like right now.
So and it was rushed. And then now we have the Social Health Insurance Act.
Right.
But the Act didn't even have the rates. So now we have the regulations, which again were faulted for public participation. And now you have the regulations, but even before they can put their house in order, they already have court injunction.
Right.
So the intention of the act was that everyone was supposed to register. In fact, there are a lot of provisions on how you're going to register. We're going to register. But the feedback from Kenyans, even just on social media, was, why do I need to register when you already have my details for NHI?
Yes.
So through the amendment regulations for 2024, there's a specific regulation, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but which provides